Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining me for today's Jesus Time, where each day together we open up our minds and our hearts to the Lord as we explore the scriptures. Today, I want to jump right into the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 8, where we hear Moses saying, "Remember how for these 40 years the Lord your God has directed all your journeying in the wilderness, so as to test you by affliction, to know what was in your heart and to keep his commandments or not. He therefore let you be afflicted with hunger and then fed you with manna, a food unknown to you and your ancestors, so you might know that it is not by bread alone that people live, but by all that comes forth from the mouth of the Lord." As I was pondering that, I was thinking about the truth in what Moses is saying there. And we know through our Jesus time that when we sit and we really listen to the word of the Lord, that his word has the power to transform, and it also has the power to fill our hearts. And I was drawn to go back and reread a reading from the prior day, and it's from the book of Matthew. I want to read that to you. Chapter 5. Jesus is saying, "Let your yes mean yes and your no mean no." And of course, I cannot think about the word yes in biblical context without thinking about Mary, the mother of God, and her yes to bring Jesus into the world. You will hear me refer to this over and over because it's a story that has had such a great impact on me and how I want to live my life. And as I was thinking about Mary, I then thought about something that had happened with my own mom, and I want to share with you this story, with her permission, of course. So my mom had gone on a retreat with me. It was just a day retreat, and at the end of the retreat, we were invited to come up and share from the podium if we had something on our heart. So my mom goes up and she shares, and she says, "I have no burdens, I have no problems. I'm just really happy to be here with my daughter." And we were driving home, and I said, "Mom, can you just tell me something? Like, how could you get up there and say that you have no problems and you have no burdens? I have lived with you, and I have seen you experience loss, and I have seen you go through multiple serious illnesses. Just tell me, how can you say that?" And she said, "Well, I am so grateful for everything that I do have. I don't like to think about the things that are problematic because there's nothing I can do about it." So I said, "Okay, that's a good answer, right?" And then I called her later on that night because I still wasn't quite satisfied. And she shared with me something that I hadn't known. She shared with me how she prays every single night, and I want to share that with you. She told me, I wrote down this prayer that she says, she told me that before she goes to bed every night, she prays a Hail Mary, she prays an Our Father, and she prays an act of contrition. This woman, who I don't think really does anything wrong, but she still prays an act of contrition. And then she prays, "Let me be okay with whatever you have in mind for me. Be it done to me according to your will." So she prays Mary's words every single night before she goes to bed. And then she says, "Help me not to be afraid. Take care of my children. Give them what they need and bring them back to you." Her prayer just really touched my heart because all my life I have seen this woman who is generous and kind and strong. And it really was that day that I understood where that strength comes from. And I think that she's amazing. And every day I see her walk this faith journey. She really knows what it means to surrender, and she really knows what it means to trust. And how blessed am I to have her as my example. So today I want you to think about the words gratitude, surrender, and trust, and see where the Lord takes you. Until next time, may God's blessing be upon you. In the name of the Father, Son, Holy Spirit.